Okay, so now we're done with the actual battle bridge, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next unique mode that is actually introduced in this game, Treetop Bingo. Win minigames to get bingo! So as far as what this mode applies is the fact that we need to get a certain amount of lines to able to get a bingo. And you can actually set this up either for between 1 line or 5 lines. But for this particular video, I think I might actually go for the longest game by going through, well, what's to say 5 lines in particular. So because of that, yeah, let's get to it. I really wish if that mode will make its return during the course of Mario Party Superstars, but who knows what it is for the most part. So, but either way, yeah, let's just go ahead and set this into, yeah, let's go for 5 lines, because obviously I mentioned this earlier, that I'm going to decide to go for the long game, because, if you couldn't tell already, this is my second attempt for this recording session, and it turns out that, yeah, I somehow went for the quickest game by going through, like, 2 lines as opposed to 3, 4, or 5 lines. So, but hopefully, though, this will be, a lot more better than the Bombs Mode does it on my first attempt. So, yeah, that's how it goes basically. So, then it looks like we're going back to Circuit Maximus, but now we can able to actually play the minigame in nighttime. So, that seems pretty nice and all that stuff. Especially noticeable that, as you saw, there's some ton of light showing up. So because of that, though, it makes everything else a little bit more brighter and vibrant than ever before for me, though. So either way, still managed to win. So yeah, not much else to tell about this point. So.
I'm the winner.
Oh yeah, and another thing is worth noting for is the fact that until specifically the next few days at this point right now, or should I want to point things out, is the fact that today's day is of course the 23rd of October today, in this case in 2021, and it looks like we only got about 6 more days to go until Mario Party Superstars will be releasing for the Nintendo Switch. And still pretty hyped about it, and we're actually getting pretty close towards the actual release date and stuff like that. And I suppose that's pretty much as far as I can say about this for the most part, apart from the fact that, well, usually relatively speaking, that we also almost at the very end of October already, before we move on to the 11th month, which appears to be November. So speaking of November, I should probably point things out right away. That spoiler warning for those who have not noticed is that we might potentially finish this Let's Play and join at some point in November. So because of that though, we can expect this much. And plus because I get the feeling that the actual the UK time for the actual, you know, with the sun time is actually going backwards. So because of that though, yeah, I can expect about the fact that the time itself is going backwards now. So because of that, well, yeah, not much else to tell, really. So yeah, every time you win a minigame, as you saw, that basically you have a choice between those different spots that you can able to accept the actual number. And then if you manage to able to select which numbers you want to go for, then basically one of those numbers in your bingo table will be taken off, and then basically that will, assuming that will create the forms of, well, pretty much anything else you might as well expect for a bingo game. But unlike a traditional bingo thing that I somehow managed to play it as a kid, like basically just have to deal with the actual roulette ball, and then basically depending on the number ball they've landed on, basically they can able to, you know, place a token onto the specific numbers on the actual bingo table, and then basically that you would be able to actually get, you know, a full bingo when you get to, like, when you win the actual thing. So because of that, but in here it's the no exception, because obviously in order to able to get your number taken off on the bingo table is by just, you know, win minigames, and that's all you have to do. So because of that, pretty self-explanatory. Although, one thing I should probably point things out is that if you manage to take off the, one of those numbers, anyone else's numbers is also showing up as well. Sometimes it's predetermined by random, depending on how, you know, if you manage to able to replay this mode from time to time. But, and also you notice is the fact that I think I'm the only one got 19 right there. And then, unlike the others, they just don't seem to have that exact same number as I do. So, yeah, you probably get the gist of it. So, and that particular star thing at the center of the actual bingo table, that's for free, by the way. So because of that, though, you expect to able to actually just to aim it for you know, horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. So because of that, though, you can expect we can able to have, you know, a lot of possibilities of the forms of, you know, just trying to go for whichever bingos you want to aim for. So, yeah, sure, it sounds about right. Especially noticeable how, dang it, why does my jump button not work with me again? Oh, dear lord. But anyway, at least I can still able to just caught up and then just trying to concentrate here, and it looks like I get the feeling Wario's gonna have his roughest run despite it's on hard mode, so yeah, you probably get the idea about that. I could imagine about the fact that if we manage to play this on brutal mode, I will get my butt kicked straight off the bat, but regardless of such though, I still win. Huzzah for my part.
The winner.
Oh, and another thing too is the fact that, potentially speaking, is the fact that with Pikmin 3 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, despite the fact that I didn't own that game, clearly it's because I'm pretty much still Pikmin out because of the forms of giving up hope for Pikmin 4, just because of how the fact that, you know, they're focusing on other titles in the future, mainly with like, you know what I mean, Splatoon 3, and also The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, which I'm still hyping about, and yeah, just all sorts of titles coming up in the future. So because of that though, and also these are the only franchises I was really into at this rate as well, so alright, so we go with Trapeze Artist again, since in solo mode, so yeah, I don't think there's any day and night cycle with this minigame though, I don't think, so yeah, that sounds about right. Oh yeah, in some cases though, with Treetop Bingo, there every once in a while that you would come across into a lucky turn. And much like the forms of the special turn for the sake of minigame wars mode in Mario Party 5, you actually have a choice between two different moves that you can able to actually like choose whichever panels you want to choose from. But that was back in minigame wars in Mario Party 5. Whilst in here, you can able to choose whatever numbers you want to go for the sake of trying to set the bingo on. So in this case, I got the line immediately. Thank you, Luigi, for choosing 30 and what have you, and also 27 as well, so that way I can able to aim for the horizontal line next. So anyways, let's head back into Blooper Scooper again, so let's just see if how we can able to win this somehow. Alright, so let's begin. But there's not much else to say, because apart from the fact that, well, potentially speaking, I've already explained about quite a few amount of things, I suppose. Oh, and another thing too is the fact— come on! Why am I always doing so bad at this? Oh, jeez. It's just that there's so many obstacles that love to get in your way. I mean, I just found it a little bit awkward at times. Especially it doesn't help about the fact that, well, there's no way you can able to actually just, you know, see what's from the left or the bottom. But at least you can see on the upside, no problem. But it knows where it stands. Oh yeah, and ever since then, as you saw that Wario and Waluigi won at the same time, Twilight has to decide only one player who can able to actually be the winner, and then once he actually hits the actual roulette wheel, as you can see for Waluigi, he can able to choose the number instead. So in this case, he chooses 25, and speaking of 25, I also got 25 as well, so that seems all knowledgeable. And once again, we're going back to the nighttime version of What Goes Up. We still have not played the daytime version of this minigame though, which I absolutely have no idea, but it knows what it is for the minigame randomness involves for the actual decisions to make. But, you know, you get the idea about that. Oh, and also another thing with that one thing I forgot to mention, ever since the first time we actually experienced What Goes Up in nighttime version, basically that in a PAL version of this game, you do have the M, stands for, you know, meters that you're able to go up to, and then same applies to the Japanese version as well. And as far as I'm aware, the American version does have feet, so something's worth noting for, just like in Mario Party 5, so you get the idea about that. Alright, so I'll take 17, and it looks like I've only got one more number left until I get the next line, which is number 10. And here we go, back to Smash Dance again. So, I don't think we can able to play new minigames anytime soon, unless there are some rare occurrence where basically I'm also able to show off the Endurance Alley afterwards. Well, to be more specifically, after Decathlon Park, because I don't know if someone else may able to actually show off the Endurance Alley for quite some time, but we'll see what happens there. So, there's not much else to say about this point today, apart from the fact that, well, potentially speaking that, this might actually be kind of long video for the sake of the minigame mode, much like the forms of, well, minigame wars from Mario Party 5, that, basically, that sometimes this mode might take a bit of a while to finish. Although, whenever we get onto, Endurance Alley, that, basically, I might show that mode off briefly. Well, not all the way through, though, just because, well, I'll explain more about that during at some point on next Sunday. But, either way, though, let's, take down 10, and I got myself my second line, so now I've just only got 3 more to go, and that will be pretty much about it for the most part, so. And here we go, on to Tricky Tires in nighttime version, so we already know about this so let's do this again. Because yeah, what if I don't suppose if you noticed, but what if I first time I experienced this minigame back in the day in 2005 or something like that? Basically that, when if I finally managed to get the game after Mario Party 5, that I swear my C-Stick does not work with me on the original GameCube controller back in the day. But, every now and then, it still works now, even especially noticeable, I still managed to get myself the platinum silver version of my GameCube controller, despite the rubbery part or the rubber surface for my control stick just took off, sadly. Although I did manage to get my spare GameCube controller, so I can able to use, or sometimes Wavebird for that matter, so I could potentially, you know, try to able to actually get some comfortable effort. So, alright, throw me a bone again. So, yeah, there's not much else to say here. Because honestly, I think this particular minigame mode, Treetop Bingo, is pretty unique. Even though it's kind of a shame that that particular mode does not return at all in the top 100, because in the top 100, it just feels kind of rushed. Especially noticeable they actually have small amount of content, what they have. Although, to be fair, the only thing they did do is, of course, just focus on minigames oriented. So, whilst compared to the other party boards, they only just got one, which is a bit lame if you ask me. Especially noticeable about the fact that everyone else is, like, really hyped about it back in the day, myself included, but when the game came out, and then it's so much more potential I can possibly think of. Plus, it doesn't really help with that the UK version, that usually they just got the year mistake by, you know, originally they did manage to able to push it forward for the actual release date for the UK release of Mario Party The Top 100 in 2017, just in time for Christmas. But then they somehow forgot to change it into sort of like, they still managed to stuck with 2018 year, and then they forgot to change it into like 2017 year. Although my guess is probably just like, it's kind of hard to say about this. Although, unlike the American version, and I think the Japanese version as well, that they did manage to able to stick with 2017 year for the actual title screen alone, so. Alright, back to freeze frame again, and is there any UFO sign around here? I don't think there is, so we'll just. Oh wow, everyone else managed to got 2 points to each other. But again, it's all departing of the forms of only one winner. So yeah, that we can't accept the actual draw thing or anything else like that. You know, just like in any other modes. Like for instance, that I do remember in Mario Party 9 that I think it's called High Rollers, I'm presuming, and also Garden Battle. That's basically that if someone managed to win on the exact same minigame, they'll force to able to actually go for a draw kind of stuff, you know, with the actual tiebreaker dice roll thing, and that way you would be able to actually get your chance to, you know, predict in the forms of the precision going, so at least as far as I can usually remember that time. Alright, so here we go back on to Gourmet Getaway. So hopefully we're not going to screw this up this time. So At least I hope so anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to concentrate here. I must, oh, it looks like Waluigi got tripped over. Oh jeez, okay. Looks like so far for the four of us managed able to still survive from here. Oh jeez, that was really close. Now we come to the end part, so this will be interesting. Well, it looks like Waluigi got screwed, so it's just three of us now. Between me, Luigi, and Wario, but we now survived, so huzzah! Yeah, it's another one of those mini games that all four players can able to win together. So at least that's something worth noting for. And after all that, you know, three of us win. So again, only one declares the victory from that little roulette thing. As for me, so in this case, I'm gonna pick. I'll go for 23. So even though I'm no longer 23 years old now, so because of that, I'm potentially 24. So either way though, yeah, pretty swell stuff. And, first I thought they're going back into Throw Me a Bone again, but, nope, we're actually going back into Cannonball Fun as a nighttime version. So, hopefully, I should be able to actually just kick someone else's butt by doing this as in hardcore hard mode. But, I can definitely tell about the fact that some of these computer players just managed able to be smart and all that stuff though, so... But still, it does remind me of, you know, Shell Shock from Mario Party 2, along with Mario Mechs from the likes of, you know, Mario Party 5. And I forgot to mention about another game that is pretty similar to this. That appears to be Tanks a Lot, aka Koopa Coliseum, from the likes of Mario Party Island Tour, except rather than just using the forms of the actual, like, the actual small tank than the ones and how it does it in Mario Party 2, Shell Shocked, but you actually get yourselves a much larger tank. Well, usually it only goes for like, well, straight shots rather than just lob shots or anything else like that, so... And plus you only require 3 points in order to win this, so... Anyway, now we're going back to Sunday Drivers, and as you can see I've got myself my next line for my bingo table, so I think I've got about... 2 more to go. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so Y, X, and another Y, and another B, and another R. Oh yeah, talk about the forms of Mario Party Superstars. One thing I should probably say this right now. Sadly, that particular Let's Play of Mario Party Superstars will be delayed until specifically in September 2022 next year. Because the only reason being for this is because ever since back in 2017 that we did manage to tackle through some of these Let's Play marathons, because it's been a long time since we actually did done the actual marathon of Let's Plays ever since Mega Man Marathon for the sake of the celebration for the release of Mega Man 12 for, no, Mega Man 11 for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So because of that, we figure we might as well do another, you know, another like a long playlist where it comes to another series of marathons of Let's Plays at some point in August next year. Just like any other marathons that we actually did done since 2017's Sonic's Game Gear Marathon, and also Mega Man Marathon, the classic ones I should say, and hopefully we might as well do one again for the sake of next year too. It might not be Castlevania 1 sadly though, just because obviously the Castlevania is going to be suitable for October, for Halloween themed, so... Yeah, but... Oh god! Oh god! Oh jeez! Oh my lord! Ah! Oh my god! Oh! That was close! I was going to get myself screwed by that particular, well, jumps and all that. Or if it's especially noticeable, some of these computer players keep on jumping onto me. But regardless, I managed to live, so... Huzzah! Alright, I'm also able to go for 18 here. Or actually, yeah, I think I'll go for 18. And since this is a lucky turn, I can able to take down another number 2, which is 20. So, in this case, Luigi got another line. And I just realized that Wario also got a line as well. So, yeah, I've only got 1 space left until I get the full line. And, well, let's just say 5 lines specifically. So, I don't know if there's anything possible you can able to actually go for the full lines, but it actually what the game tells us how minimum you have to go for. So, and to end things off, we'll go for Memory Lane. So, let's see how this goes though, eh? Ah, dang it, I messed up one time. Sometimes, oh god. Come on, there we go. That was a bit close right there. Even though sometimes computer players are absolute idiots on that, which I definitely tell from the start. But who cares about that, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much the champion of Treetop Bingo. I was expecting to go for a longer game, but I don't have time for waste, even though I don't able to waste so many minutes on that part. So, anyway, so looks like I've got 5 lines, and Luigi got 3 lines, and Wario only got 1, and Waluigi has none. So, yeah, that's pretty cool for Treetop Bingo. So up next, it will be the smallest game mode, and that's what it appears to be, Mount Duel. So I'll see you guys in just any moments until tomorrow.